Now, this is crazy to me, but I don't know how I feel about it. T-Pain says he quit touring because he's earning $50,000 an hour on Twitch. So
share the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, man, what are we missing in terms of that part? I've heard of other artists talking about how they get paid for, I think it's T Grizzly, playing video games and getting a bag. T-Pain saying this because T-Pain is an established artist that definitely could still be out there on the road getting to that money. But how does this make you feel as, I guess, as a creative / consumer when you hear someone say, I'm cool just sitting at the crib and being on Twitch, and opposed to actually getting out and touching and being a part of my fans and show performances?
I have no problem with this at all.
That's hey, listen, I'm just asking.
Who
I don't know.
do that? If I'm literally sitting at home in the comfort of my own house and I'm getting $50,000 an hour, what do you mean?
Devil's Advocate says, and now hear me out. Devil's Advocate says the people that have helped you get to where you are usually like to enjoy seeing you here and there when you pop out for tours.
You don't know them nothing.
I don't. That's why I'm asking. Devil's Advocate. I'm just throwing it out there.
People are happy to see me any way they can.
But
and on Twitch is why they want to see me.
So what you guys are saying is this is what I'm gathering.
He's actually saying you can see me anytime you want
on Twitch.
Join the chat.
Okay. All right.
Become
I'm just asking.
You can see me in real time.
Yep. I'm just asking, and I might interact with you because I can see the comments.
Come on,
that's what we doing?
Hey, man.
Okay.
This is a new day and age, and things have shifted.
Yeah.
And in an artist of his stature, I don't blame him for doing that. I mean, of course, he's not just going to shun touring altogether.
Right.
He's not gonna do the tours where I got to make sure I make this amount of money because I don't have a new record that I'm a legacy tour right now. Essentially, I mean, he's not somebody that's just not doing music. Period. But most of his hits came from the past.
But the brother said, I quit touring.
I mean,
he actually said he quit.
T-Pain says he quit touring because he's earning $50,000 an hour on Twitch.
He could be said he quit touring for this year.
Okay.
I'd quit touring for $50,000 an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, but if somebody offers him $500,000 for an hour, he's going to get out there and get that $500,000 for an hour.
That's
he was literally just here performing for All-Star Week.
Yeah.
You know?
So that bag must have been worth it.
And I think there's
absolutely.
And there's a difference between doing like 5 shows a year as opposed to going on actual
tour,
100 dates.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know
That's fair.
So
I mean, listen, far be it for me to count somebody's pockets. I'm just playing the other side because I know show experience, and there are some people that actually live for that, like to go on tour and go watch people live, and there are even people that go cop the merch and enjoy that whole process. But listen, don't let me get to telling somebody that they wouldn't get.
I was in a position. Let's not even say 50,000. If I was just doing like 1,000 a day, even on Twitch, that would be worth it to me.
Would you DJ outside again if you was getting 1,000?
I would.
I'd be happy if we made 1,000 a week.
I heard that. I heard that long. Real talk.
You know, but like I've been sitting here trying to do the math in my head. Like, okay, how many Twitch subscribers is that? Because so right now it's $5 for a subscription. You get half of that. 50,000 subscribers.
$250
plus ads. That's a lot. Man, that's crazy.
And there's probably paid sponsorships as well.
That as well.
Because he's an artist, so he might have a cup of something sitting on the tab when he's promoting.
He might wear something.
Right. So
T-Pain definitely has 1 million followers on Twitch.
How many subscribers does he have, I wonder?
Wow. He has, let's see, Chairman CEO.
I'd be very curious of the subscribers.
I see 1 million followers alone. I do not see the number for subscription, but I'd love to see what that number is.
Let me go ahead and pull that up.
Do a little research there, brother. I see 1 million followers though. Well, he definitely is doing something.
Go to his schedule.
His schedule? Okay, bet.
Pull this
trying to knock out some features before Drunk T-Pain comes to the stream.
I mean, he's still doing music.
And then he says, then maybe some trucking. That was a week ago, just chatting, trying to knock out more features. Okay, this one looks like he's playing a video game. This one he's putting together.
$50,000 an hour.
Bro, that's a lot of bread for an hour, bro. Sitting at the house?
Man.
Jay Moore, that's a lot of money to sit at the house,
I'm just playing, I'm not saying that any of this is cap. I don't want to do that.
No, I'm not going to say it either.
But
You'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised.
About the cap loan? He capping?
No. You'd be really surprised how much money.
Okay. I was about to say, yeah.
No,
Aiden Ross is an absolute idiot, but he is the amount of
financially,
money,
he's wealthy based off Twitch.
Yeah, what's the video game dudes that get paid just to play video games online? Like a crew of them.
Are you talking like FaZe Clan or something?
Yeah, FaZe Clan.
Whoever they are, they getting bread.
They're millionaires from playing games online.
Yeah, that's not it.
Let's see.
I would love to figure out what this number is because something translating if you getting 50 G's an hour, Terry.
Followers, anytime average.
But again, sponsors.
Yeah, sponsors.
You're right.
See the thing.
You're
Yeah,
right.
that's where it is. That's where the money is. Even when people have, a large subscription or just follower base, it's like, okay, if we can see that you're doing that, we can.
Ain't that?
No.
Okay, sorry.
We can go ahead and I don't know. I see this fan. You can get on with FanDuel, or like there's a skincare line called 𝐀𝐁𝐎 that sponsors a lot of people, or like what's really. It's another. I'm not going to shout out any more gambling apps, especially now Breaking Bread with Us. But I see that they're basically anything that's directed towards male viewers. Basically, this or listeners, they basically are breaking bread with them. And so
T-Pain is very smart, and
so if he has 10 of those, or just and it doesn't even have to be anything he does actively, like where he does a read for it, where it's just like I said, he puts said beverage on the desk. And it's like he wears this particular hat.
Right.
And then he wears this particular shirt.
Or like a cologne or perfume.
I would take it even further.
Might send you something.
I'll take it even further.
ahead,
I bet this is more than just Twitch subscribers and ad money from Twitch, because I don't know how many he has. I doubt that he has a million followers and only 1,000 subs. I doubt that.
Right.
But you also have to think he has a YouTube channel, which he can take all that content and he can repurpose that and get ad money on YouTube as well.
Smart.
And you can really make a lot of money on that as well. So I think combined, if you track it like, okay, I can get on Twitch and go live for 4 hours a day and make $200,000 all off of ads, off of everything. You know what I mean? So I think it's reasonable. It's some of these streamers, these big streamers, they are really making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's crazy to think, because some of these people are literally idiots.
Yeah.
Like Aiden Ross is an actual idiot. But he is like one of the biggest streamers ever, and it's amazing. Like just how dumb somebody can be, and how many people can just give him money. Now, granted, a lot of them are kids and stuff, but still, it's just it's a different world.
I mean, look, it is. This is when I realized, like, of all the people who saw us get that plaque.
Yeah.
You know who was really, really impressed by it? My friend's kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like they weren't. It was like, my mom was like, "Oh, I'm happy for you," but like when my godson saw the plaque, oh my goodness, people had questions. That's like getting a platinum record to a 13 or 14-year-old. They don't care nothing about no platinum record. They see that YouTube plaque and they're like, "Wow!"
My boy, both of his daughters. He showed him I'd send him a picture of the plaque or whatever. I think it was one with Lone holding it or whatever. And I put it in a group chat, just some people from the crib. They know Lone, and he showed it to his daughters, and they were like, "Uncle Mike is on something that has to your point, 100,000. What, on YouTube? That's crazy." So it's like I'm a new person now just because Lone had the picture of the plaque and they know about the podcast.
Hey, Jake Cooper literally said that's part of the new EGOT now. So
wow.
Yeah, I was like, we don't have an
Emmy, Grammy, Tony,
he was like, honestly, dude, he is like, I would prefer to have the YouTube plaque. He is like, that's like the new EGOT system now. Like, I would prefer to have that over one of these. So I was like, damn.
I want an Emmy. Hey, Jake, if you're watching,
let's trade.
Bring us on Music in Transit.
So we can get an Emmy.
He did mention that was in the works.
Yeah. He's talked to me about it a couple times.
Hey man, like
or Image Award.
Yeah, like I said, I'd have told everybody I got an Image Award.
On my mama, listen. That'd have been a conversation piece for my mother. You know, Michael got a image award. Got an image award.
Listen.
They didn't send him one, but we know he got one.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
He was a contributor.
He was a contributor. So shout out to T-Pain, man. I ain't mad at you, man. Let me get to count your pockets. It was just, and I don't even think this is a situation where, if anything, it would be younger artists would be like, okay, I'm going to tap into this, but I'm still going to tour.
It's the new music.
It's
the new music economy.
Right.
All right. It's just we've talked about how there are new rules to everything that goes on now, because I don't know if you guys have seen, like, there's been almost just a bloodletting in the actual what's left of the music industry.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like Rock Nation, now they have their own distribution, but a lot of people had to lose their jobs, you know, because it's like, we don't need 2 vice presidents at this, that, and third.
True.
We don't, you know, and so like there really is an issue right now with what are the rules of how we're going to even make the music industry work anymore. You know, and if you don't like, and so like now going forward, if you're an artist, you might have more value in getting the YouTube plaque than you would getting a platinum record, because okay, if I'm a new artist out here, and like I said, we talked about how, like, for every piece of art that you put out, you need to put out 2 or 3 pieces of content so people can stay engaged. All that needs to be on your YouTube page.
You know what? That's an interesting. I like that comparison. What used to be a platinum plaque, flipping it to YouTube and a bigger social media presence in today's time, what the impact means. That's a very good comparison, because based off how those kids responded.
Because you can have a platinum plaque and have no money.
You can have a YouTube plaque and have
no money. Yes. That too.
What are we playing?
You really can. Yeah. You really can.
That's real.
I mean,
that's real.
You know. Yeah, we all.
It applies to both now. Be clear.
But I'm just saying, like, say if you really can create certain moments and you can really get your live streams popping, you know, and you're an artist, you know, because like a lot of times I see, like, some of these people, they don't control, like, especially some of these legacy artists. I see how poorly a lot of hip hop from the past 20 or 30 years is curated through the YouTube, or, you know, because at one point it was Vivo. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what that system, because I'll go to an artist's Vivo or YouTube page. I'm like, what are all these other videos? You got other people's stuff on here.
Jump in there, Long.
I think an interesting piece with this as well that we're kind of talking about is the reason why I think I said that this is cool for T-Pain, me personally, is because this goes back to our conversations about artists completely having full control over their entire, you know, brand and who they are, how they put stuff up there, in full control. Right. You know, T-Pain doesn't have to deal with Live Nation and all this other stuff when he's going on tour. You know, he can he is direct to consumer as much as you can be. And, you know, as much as we've talked about direct to consumer being important, as much as I advocate for it being way more important than labels and, you know,
likes, clicks,
follows, you know, and stuff like that. But it's different when you have 1 million people that, like, legitimately tune in to watch you. Yeah. Even with you know, granted, he's got probably 1 million followers. I'm guessing when he goes live, he doesn't get 1 million. He probably gets around 10,000. Probably gets 5 to 10,000, maybe 15,000 on a crazy stream. But 5 to 10,000 people watching your stream.
That's a lot.
Is good ad revenue. And if those people are subscribing, that is really good money. So. But he has direct access to them. It's just like a mailing list. It's like everything that we're trying to build here. You know, like, we're trying to build this. You know, very much grassroots. Our people, you know, do it this way. You know, through Patreon, all this stuff. We're not going through the Complex network to put this out, or the Joe Budden network, or anything like that. We're trying to build it ourselves. And I think.
But you can come. And
you can talk to us,
yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's the power. It's the power of just owning everything that you are, and I think that's the coolest thing about seeing somebody like T-Pain be super successful in something like this, is that he doesn't need the machine at all.
He's literally built his own little bubble, little ecosystem where he can just thrive and not have to deal with anything else.
As should all artists out there should be taking note from what T-Pain is doing with his situation, or his privilege, so to speak, because he's put in the work, he's done what he needed to do.
Yes.
And now he doesn't need to go on the road to get his money like that. And to Lone's point, this is probably an accumulation of, okay, I sat down today, I made this video, I'm going to chop it up, ad people are going to pay me or whatever, and then at the end of the day, whatever time that I spent equaled $50,000 an hour. Once you do the breakdown, so
and you got to think too. Somebody with like T-Pain, his overhead is probably minimal. It's like
it's very minimal. He pays his internet bill.
Couple people gonna chop it up for him.
A couple
and
editors.
There it is.
That, yeah,
You know?
That's it.
And that's how these popular streamers do too. That they have a team of editors. They just pay them to clip stuff out and to do that stuff. And like some of these clippers make bank, by the way.
I bet they do because they schedule when they're going to release and go through all that and that.
But yeah, man, I think that's I love to see stuff like that. You know, I love to see it when people can do it themselves and be successful and off of their own talent. And you know, there's not a bunch of hands in their pockets.
On a person that makes $50,000
pocket.
A person that makes $50,000 an hour can pay you very well to edit a couple clips, brother.
Man.
Yeah. Now is $50,000 an hour high? Maybe. I don't know if it's that much, but
listen,
maybe it was for 1 month. But
hey, look, even if it's $25,000 an hour, like,
whatever system he got going on,
keep doing that.
He's not going on tour right now. So
no, good
kudos
for
to
him.
him.
Shout out to T-Pain.
And he's a great personality too. Like he's really
Facts.
good for this. Like I've caught a few of his streams. He's
it's dope to see people like what you're talking about that are actually they have that part in them. Plus, he's a dope artist, so it's even better that he's super talented. So it's good to see those people win as well. So it's kind of
Agreed.
Well, look, I just realized when people are like, "Oh, can you really make that much money?" During the pandemic, when Metronome and I were doing Take That Tuesday
virtual
on Twitch, which was something we originally tried to do on Instagram, but certain copyrights would kick in and would kill your stream. At one point, we had 500 followers on Twitch, and this is a time where, like, because basically all of Metronome and I's money was based in being outside.
Yeah.
Those 500 people with, maybe a $5 here, or we put our PayPal and not PayPal, Cash App, and whatever the other one is, I can't remember. Venmo, yes. We put those up. And at one point, that's how I was able to eat.
No, that's real. That's real.
Because there was times where it was like I had no money coming in. 100% of all the money I made came from being around people. And when it was like, nope, can't be around people anymore, I was like, oh, what am I going to do?
No, for real. You definitely are outside.
And it was crazy because like we wound up doing that even longer than like, okay, stuff is kind of opening up.
Yeah.
But we're like, we don't want to draw all these people outside because we, like I said, the science wasn't there. We didn't know. I mean, maybe the science was there in retrospect. But I'm just saying, like, if you have just a small group of dedicated followers, and that's what we're working on now, then you can make a good amount of money if you just have this amount of people who are willing to come in and drop $5 or $10 off every week. And like that's the only reason I was able to keep my cell phone on during the pandemic.
Hey,
I ain't mad at you, my brother.
Well, there's nothing to be mad at about that.
Yeah.
I'm just
whatever.
I would have been mad if they sent you a sandwich too. Some Mike.